wish him all the best. He's a very nice person. He always motivated the young generation as well. So I just want to wish him all the best in his retirement, and we hope we will see him around. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was Faith Kipyegon. She's saying that she's healthy and she's looking forward to
the 3,000 4 men, and it's a very thin field, just 5 athletes. Simon Kiprop-Koech, Edmund Teremebo, Abraham Kibiwot, Jeffrey Kirwa, and Benjamin Kigen. A thin field tells you how things and how the times they have changed in this event. Greg.
We have a world junior champion, we have a former Commonwealth champion, and we have 2 bronze medalists from the Paris and Tokyo Olympic Games. So this is going to be very interesting. And I'm just looking at the lineup we have here. Amos Serem, of course, missing out through injury, is one of the guys we were looking forward to seeing compete in Tokyo. But then his brother Edmund is here, world champion and world under-20 champion from Lima, Peru last year. Did great things there. And Benjamin Kigen, a household name in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, and of course Amos Koech, another name that Abraham Koech, Abraham Kibiwot, who has a pedigree, medals for this country, gold in Birmingham, silver in 2018 in the Commonwealth Games, and of course bronze in Paris Olympics. This is a race that I believe will be very stiff and competitive.
7.5 laps it is around this place, and remember that Kenya has dominated the 3,000-meter steeplechase, and this dominance was put to an end. Specifically, if we have to say, if you are to consider if somebody, considering their country of birth, and you have to say was how would I say? The Moroccan El Bakali Sufyan is the one who stopped this domination. But we had seen Ben Abad trying to pull that off.
El Bakali, of
looking
course,
at all the world championships. I think apart from the first 2, it was a whole Kenyan affair until Saeed Shaheen put a pause to it
in 2003
and 2005. And after that, it was an all-Kenyan affair until Doha 2019.
When El Bakali just about beat Consensus Kipruto, who never really recovered from that.
Yes, that's a whole side story about it.
Edmund Serem, like running from the back. I'm looking at him like he looks to be in really good shape. But then Benjamin Kigen, he's the most experienced in this field, of course, having competed over a decade in this 3,000-meter steeplechase. Abraham Kibiwot. There is Simon Kiprop-Koech, the national champion in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. Just about won it in the last few weeks here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. So the mission is to topple El Bakali.
And the question is who's going to do that? Is it going to be Edmund Serem? Is it going to be Kigen, or is Abraham Kibiwot? Is it going to be Kigen, or is Abraham Kibiwot finally going to get that one moment that has been running away from him? Think of Budapest last year, Sufyan El Bakali, Lamecha Girma, and Abraham Kibiwot was the top 3.
Winning bronze in that one. He went ahead, he won also bronze at the Paris Games. So it's tricky, very tricky. It's not about who qualifies, but how they make it to Paris, to Tokyo.
That's where all our eyes are on, as we see some coach as they go around that bend. They've got 4 laps to go, 4:19 on the clock. That's 3.5 laps done. The one thing everyone's asking is, can we see anybody, run inside the 8 minutes 15 that is required to qualify? As we see an injection of pace coming in.
If you look at this lineup, I think all of them have run inside 8:15. So it now depends on who runs the fastest and clinches the top 2 positions.
The entry standard is nobody's problem, unless Benjamin Keegan tries to pull off that one big one. But each and every one of these men knows what the target is.
The national champion still in the lead.
Yes, Koech still at the front. Kibiwott is behind him. You can see Keegan, Jeffrey Kirwa.
Starting a little bit as Edmund now decides to start closing down on Simon Kiprop.
Benjamin Keegan, who's running on what he would consider 100% his home track.
Being a KDF officer.
He has been dropped from that, and so it's 3. Kibiwott, Koech. What's in the mind of Serem?
I tell you, this will be very close. This will be very close to be fiercely contested. Was this done intentionally?
You will have to find out. Because 5 elite athletes, it's by invitation, and this is those who have, and these are the ones who collected their bids yesterday.
This will be very interesting, and all of them have attained the standard qualification time of 8:15. Edmund Serem now closing that gap between Kiprop and Kibiwott.
And also we've got Simon Koech. You can see
the national champion.
The national champion. He's right at the front. It's single file, and the pace that they are having at the moment tells you that these people mean business.
Look at Edmund. He looks really strong. He's barely broken a sweat. And Kibiwott using that experience, of course, as seasonal runner, and has represented Kenya both at the Olympic and the World Championship, the Commonwealth Games, everywhere. He is in line for this one. But then the long strides of Edmund Serem just showing that he is in for something special, the World Junior Champion. As they navigate through that, it is 2.5 laps to go. This is going to be very, very tightly, fiercely contested. And look at Benjamin Keegan. He's fallen way, way back, allowing Kibiwott and Koech, together with Edmund, to hit the front as they hit the bell.
This is where it's all going to be decided. 7:39. You're looking at probably 50 seconds. 8:29. They've all met the qualifying standards. Benjamin Keegan has fallen back, and it is now time for Serem to show what he's made of. What kind of kick does he have? It's all happening as he's trying to go round Abraham Kibiwott. Koech is there. Serem hits the front. Koech does not want anyone past him. 2 more barriers to go, and that includes the water jump that is just round the bend. Kibiwott looking comfortable. He won a bronze at the last World Championships in Budapest. He knows that his place in the team is still one look over his left shoulder. And it is now Edmund Serem who's decided that he's going to kick and give a thrilling finish to this 3,000 meter steeplechase event. He's got a gap that is clear. So it's going to be Edmund Serem who wins this. The winning time,
8:38.02.
8:38.02 is fair. So that's within any standard that you'd expect here. Taking second place is Simon Koech, Abraham Kibiwott in 4th, Jeffrey Kirwa takes 4th place, and Benjamin Keegan.
Speaking to Edmund Serem earlier on this year, he said that they know exactly what they need to do to topple the likes of El Bakali and Girma in the 3,000 meter steeplechase and reclaim the title, rather bring it back home. And Edmund, you can feel that he has that energy, and of course that He's been a very patient man. He's watched his brother do this. He went to Lima, won the gold, and right now he knows that maybe it is time to conquer. Abraham Kibiwott, an ever-present figure for Team Kenya in the steeplechase. This is one of the athletes we always say a medal prospect. He's gone there, delivered. Despite all the odds, Abraham Kibiwott has always been there. Simon Koech, one athlete that always promising, the national champion, now ready to conquer the world. Will they do it in Tokyo? It's just a matter of months before we know it.
With the steeplechase done, it's now the full lap, the double lap event that will be coming up next. The 800 meters, men and women. This is going to be interesting. No Mary Moran in the 800, but look out for the field that's going to come. Everyone wants to have a word with Kibiwott.
Purity Chepkirui, Vivian Kiprotich, Lilian Odira, the national champion, Sarah Mora, Naomi Korir, Dorcas Ewoy, 800 meters women final coming up after this.
And we see that is with them. You can see that the anti-doping agency of Kenya officials are already here. Once you're done with the race.
They randomly pick an athlete.
Yes. You can see that's a stage where has been set. Main function for that stage is entertainment.
Actually, look at Edmond Serem. He looks really strong. I know he could have run even a faster time. Could Simon Koech have offered enough resistance? But then we have to hear what both of them have to say after this spectacular race. Over to you, Charity. Seems Charity is not ready, so Edmond Serem once again just showing the rest of the world what he's capable of doing. Gold in Lima, Peru for the World Under 20, and up to now he's headed for the Tokyo Games. Charity says she's ready and she'll be speaking to Edmond and Simon Koech. Over to you, Charity.
Thank you so much, Mlemi and Daniel Wahome. I'm joined here by World Under 20 champion Lima, Peru, Edmond Serem. Edmond, umekuwa na more experience tangu Under 20. Una feel aje sahi now that you've made it for your first senior team?
Leo na feel vizuri, nimekimbia vizuri, I was well prepared, so nilikuwa nakuja hapa kaa niko prepared. Yes.
During Kipkeino tukiongea na wewe, you saw the way that stadium cheered for you, wakiku encourage, your parents walikuwa hapa. Ulisema nini hiyo siku?
Hiyo siku nilikuwa na furaha na nikawaambia kuwa siwezi wa let down kwa races ambao nitaenda, na pia sasa kwa sahi time yenye nimechukua trials ya kwenda Tokyo, nikifika huko pia siwezi wa fail. Yes.
Okay. All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. That was Edmond Serem saying that he is well prepared for the Tokyo Championships. He's had enough time to have experience competing with the seniors athletes. He's been competing in the Diamond League races and also in other invitational meets. He's also saying that he will be carrying the memory that he made there during Kipkeino Classic, where the stadium, it was a standing ovation for him. They cheered him. He said that's a memory that he will always be carrying home and whenever he's competing and representing Kenya. Over to you, Mlemi and Wahome, as we continue with the next race.
Speaking to Edmond Serem, the world junior champion in the 3,000 meter steeple, just now qualified for the Tokyo 2025 games in September. Strong work there coming from Serem, who of course speaks with confidence, was the captain for Team Kenya at the World Under 20 Championships, as we wait for the start of the 800 meters that is coming up in a bit. dignitaries here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex on this day that we witness who represents Team Kenya at the World Athletics Championship. So 800 meters coming up, Purity Chepkurui, Vivian Kiprotich, the national 800 meters champion Lilian Odira, Sarah Moran, Naomi Korir, and Dorcas Ewoy. Of course, Mary Moran not participating in this one because she's already qualified for the Tokyo Games.
Now we can tell actually who up there is somebody who's shy, and there is Martin Keno and Paul Tergat. Martin Asante, the legend, Kip Keno, he was a pace setter, a rabbit, was involved in 7 world records as a rabbit, but during his athletics career with Paul Tergat, who has 2 Olympic silvers. He has been a world record holder in a marathon, so everything that works.
Martin Keno will be a commentator at the World Athletics Championships together with the former Olympic gold medalist Wilfried Bungei. So good stride there to see Kenyans also represented in that field at the World Athletics Championships. But looking at Lilian Odira, her graph has been on the ascending. At the Kip Keno Classic, she posted a personal best of 158.31, and she did qualify for the game. So she's here just to stamp authority and ensure that she maintains what she's been doing throughout the year and retained the national championship, Lilian Odira. And she's been at the World Continental Tours several times, and in the Sirikwa Classic, she finished second in the 2-kilometer loop race in a time of 6 minutes 47 seconds.
And looking at this field is Vivian Chebet Kiprotich. That has been the one big revelation. And remember, Sarah Moran, not to be confused
With Mary
Moran. And also,
they're not cousins.
They're not cousins, they're not sisters. They just share a name. Jane Smith and Sarah Smith, those are 2 different, doesn't mean they're siblings. So somebody decided that they were going to, decided that they are Moran in 800 meters, and that means they're related. That's not the case. But overall, it's going to be a big competition. Mary Moran with a Diamond League trophy doesn't have to compete here. But we've seen her do the anchor leg in the 4x400 meters women. The Kenyan team trying to make time. As we see the track judges in conversation. SJAT President Emeritus, the current one. Chris Mbaisi and James Waindi in conversation. When you see people with those cut lists and all that details there, as you can see, most of the field events all done. We had the javelin, we had the women's triple jump. So there was activity around that happening here. And actually, there's a screen to our left, what I would call the Langata Road end of the stadium. And that's where they are. They see themselves on that screen and immediately they start dancing. And there's always a camera somewhere that is not going to miss any moment that people bring out. The women's 800 meters, and also we've got the men's 800 meters. Actually, the men's 800 meters is packed. Where athletes are going to share lanes. Lanes 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8 will be shared. All happening. It's live at 8 a.m. BBC Channel 1. And so all this, and that's the color that you see as it goes on. Everyone moves away now from the track, and they decide that they are going to shake a leg. the women's 800 meters, Janet Jepkosgei, she's been world champion 2007, has been instrumental in the way when has come up, everything coming much later, together with, she always used to see Nini Suma and say, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
Looking at the prospect, because we now know we have Mary Moraa, for Lilian Odira, what needs to be done, because we saw her trying to make her presence felt at the last games, but that hasn't hit top. How much more are we going to see from these young 800 meter prospects?
I'm just looking at how well we evolve in the 800 meters. The likes of Eunice Soom, Janet Jepkosgei, Pamela Jelimo, then we have Mary Moraa. It just shows this continuity, and we hope the likes of Lilian Odira will be able to replicate that and of course continue the trend, because this is one event where we always say, can you show up a medal? Just looking at the anxiety in the crowd, they want to see a little bit of action, of course mixed with entertainment going on the other side of the pitch. It is one of those days you say, it's a family day out of, as they say, it's not happening now. And we just await to see who's coming out of the call room. 8 athletes expected. So KDF officers also enjoying a good day of athletics here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, with 3 events to go.
And that's
the 800 meters final.
2 of them and the 2 400 meters events for the men, or rather for the men and the women.
And interestingly, we've witnessed 2 records, not national records, but fastest times being posted here by the ladies in the relays. And that shows you that maybe we are in for something special, and hoping that the ladies finish within the 16 top-ranked teams or countries and do something positive in Tokyo.
Well, at the moment, the lull that we're having is we're waiting for the call room to be clear so that athletes can now get onto the track. And it's just 6 athletes for the 800 meters. Well, you'll see him dressed at every event in this same outfit. And how many he has?
Where does he keep it? Seems to be too heavy.
You can see. Now, I can tell you what's going on. Somebody's just taken a screenshot. This chap there is being told nimekuona kwa TV.
They say it on KBC Channel 1.
More people now haven't come together. Their presence on the screen. Trying to figure out how they are. The roaming cameras are all there. Just a part of the color that we can witness right here. So remember, 2 laps, the 400 meters. This is a battle. Only 3 athletes have qualified. Will we see them? Will we see somebody improve on that? Trying to, you can tell by the true heart of all of these people's eyes. It as Kenya does the trials, trying to build up on a very huge medal tally, 171 medals in total, 65 gold, 58 silver, and 48 bronze. And those ones have been won over the years. Also present here, Paul Bitok, Vice President of the Kenya Volleyball Federation. Camaraderie amongst the people here is known. It's not an event to be missed at any one point. We're looking at the men's 800-meter field that's going to be coming much later. You know, the entry standard for the men's 800 meters has been set at 144.5. But looking at the performance of athletes this season, it has been one explosive year. Nicholas Kebenei, Kelvin Loti, Wycliffe Kinyamal, Emmanuel Wanyonyi. When you take a look at all these athletes,
I see Vivian Chariot in the house.
Yes, that's Vivian Chariot. That's Alan. He's there, and the daughter has decided that she's going to take a nap. Vivian Chariot, by the way, Olympic champion over 5,000, world champion over the 5,000, and also the 10,000.
The best race I've watched her run was in 2016 Rio, when her and Obiri decided this is our race, we're going to do what we want to do with it. Alma Zayana just decided to fade out in that 10,000 meters.
Actually, it was a 5,000 because
it was a 5,000 meters.
It was a race execution strategy that caught them by surprise. Still remember it because over the 25 laps, everyone kept up with her. Then suddenly,
it was that
mid-race, there was a burst where she did 60 seconds for a lap. Well, all the previous laps, she was doing them at 60 something. She was doing them in 60s. So she kept going, and that is what caught everyone by surprise. And when Helen Obiri and Vivian Chariot decided to, now went to the 5,000, is when they changed the execution strategy. And it worked. Because what they did was that they did not fall into that trap where after 7 laps, 6 laps or so, she surged forward, creating a gap. They did not fall into that trap because even that caught Almaz Ayana unawares. Because as they tried to execute that kind of race strategy, it went sideways for her. She just couldn't.
So the delay, is it because of the time that had been set on the timetable for the schedule? I'm looking at that unprecedented delay before the 2 events, but right now we can confirm that we are ready for the 800 meters women final. Entertainment, of course, still going on. But just to give you the lineup of the 800 meters women final: Purity Chepkirui, Vivian Kiprotich, Lilian Odira, Sarah Mora, Naomi Korir, Dorcas Ewoi. They are walking down the track to the start line. It is the 800 meters women final. Of course, expect plenty of entertainment this afternoon here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, the venue for trials. So
4 athletes,
4 athletes only. This is very interesting. It's Sarah Mora, Lilian Odira. I can see,
and Vivian Kiprotich. for
And Purity Chepkirui.
For Purity Chepkirui, this is one brave move, because if you look at it from a people point of view, she's trying to get into 159. Naomi Korir, 2:00:43 outside of qualifying. Dorcas Ewoi, 2:01:29 outside of qualifying. Looks everything like a safe move. But for Vivian Kiprotich, Lilian Odira and Sarah Mora, all within inside qualifying time of 1:59 for the women's 800 meters.
So who is it gonna be? Is it Purity Chepkirui, Vivian Chebet, Kiprotich, Lilian Odira, or Sarah Mora? Smiles all the way from Sarah Mora as she walked down the track. There she is on your screens, Sarah Mora. She's excelled well at the juniors and now feels it's time for her to conquer the world. Missed out at the Olympic trials. Purity Chepkirui trying to see if she can go below 1 minute in the 800 meters. A very composed figure there. And then the two, Lilian Odira and Vivian Chebet. Lilian Odira, of course, 1:58:53. Sarah Mora, 1:58:96. And Vivian Chebet, Kiprotich, 1:58:26. A sip of water before the storm in this two-lap race. It's the 800 meters women final.
In lane 3, we've got Purity Chepkirui. Lane 4 is Vivian Chebet, Kiprotich. Lilian Odira is in 5, and Sarah Mora is in 6. You can see them as they are being introduced, the AK trials. Purity Chepkirui, 22 years old. Vivian Kiprotich, 29. Lilian Odira is 28, and Sarah Mora, who is yet to turn 20, still 19 years old, and they're here getting ready to blow this race away. So that will be the men's 800 meters. Two laps on this track, and it's to select 3, because we know the 3 who already have made time, and they're the ones who've already hit the front already in this race, sticking onto their lanes till they go around the first bends, and after the cones is when they all get inside that lane. It's not an explosive start to this race. The only person who has the urgency to run as fast as they can is Chepkirui, given the fact that she has not met the entry standard of 2:00:99. Mary Mora has got that wildcard entry. She didn't have to run here. Same as we didn't see Faith running here. Kipyegon, as much as she is in attendance, knowing very well that her position is already confirmed. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to imagine if I'm watching a heptathlon race in the 800 meters, or I'm watching a 800 meters competitive race, because the time on the clock as they get to the bell,
1:15. This is really slow.
1:15. That means you're talking about 2:30 pace, and nobody
has making a new move. You see, for Lilian Odira, she's already qualified for the games. Look at them, they're jogging. Sarah Mora needs to make a move, because this is a race where she might also miss out if she doesn't really run according to her calculations.
Chepkirui, who's got the white and yellow bib, is the one who really needed this. But if you just take a look at how that race execution was done, 1:15 at 400, she would have to run 44. And it is now between Sarah Mora and Lilian Odira as they go down. Rotich is also in that mix. Remember, Kenya can enter 4, and if it's going to be 84, it's Mary Mora and these 3. Lilian Odira breaks that, and
2:13. That's really slow. gets a hug from the reigning champion, Mary Moraa. I know it was all about the placements because Mary Moraa is already in that plane. Lilian Odira, of course, confirming that. But then for Sarah Moraa, once again missing out in Team Kenya because last time out she missed narrowly going to the Olympic Games. She expected to join Mary Moraa in that. Lilian Odira right now has stamped her authority. She rules the land when it comes to 800 meters here in Kenya.
So we know front names from that. It's pretty straightforward because I don't see Sarah Moraa being excluded, given her stature. But
looking at this, I think they played into Lilian Odira's game because she was so relaxed. So when they realized that, look here, we are not going to make to make it if we don't actually run our race. And Lilian Odira was like, after all, I've already done this before, and you see she was so relaxed coming into this one, and that just confirms that these two are up to something when the games come in Tokyo.
We want to see how they work together as a team, especially when it gets to the later stages of the competition, especially the semis and how they execute the final.
So were the flowers meant for Sarah or Lilian?
For the winner, I would have to say. Because Mary Moraa is that's a gesture to say, welcome to this team.
Sarah Moraa finishing third.
2:13.95, that is an odd time given the quality of the field that we had here. The men's 800 is coming up next.
For the men, you said it's a packed field. Some will be sharing lanes. And Brian Kiptum Kwewei, 1:45.09 coming into this one. Aaron Cheminingwa, 1:45.21. Alex Nieno Kipngetich, 1:45.02. And then there is General Anyasa of Ethiopia will be running in this one. But before that, we'll have to hear what Charity has to say because she'll be speaking to the winner, Lilian Odira. Over to you, Charity.
Thank you so much, Mlemi and Wahome. I'm joined here by Lilian Odira. She's been having an impressive season over the year. And first of all, from the loading that she did during the cross-country season, and now she's been able to make it for the World Championships in Tokyo. So, Lilian, uko vipi? How do you feel about it?
I think I'm so grateful first to the Almighty. I want to thank God all throughout the season. It has been nice because of Him. So I want to thank Him, and I want to thank my coach and my family first. So far the season has been good, and I thank God. Yeah.
You already hold several titles in the cross country. The loading, how helpful was it to you?
I think this season I concentrated much on the loading, doing so many cross countries. I did the 10K, the 2 kilometers loop, and I think it has been helpful to me toward this season because I saw the season was long. So we sat down with my coach and decided to do a lot of endurance. So now that when we'll be heading to Tokyo, we were first focusing on to make it to the team to Tokyo, and now we're grateful we've done it. So I think now our main focus is going to be on the speed work here. Yeah.
Now you are four of you, Moraa, the defending champion, and now you are. What is going to be the plan? You have your dream team?
I think so far, what we're going to work on is we will first, when we go to the camp, we're gonna work hard, work as a team, so that we make sure we bring the glory. But we're first going to work as a team and see what is possible. Yeah.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
That one is Lilian Odira. She's saying that they are going to be focusing as a team in the 400 meters for them to ensure that they can be able to bring in the glory in the country. Over to you, Mlemi and Wahome. But before I hand you over, remember that we're live on.
Thank you very much, Charity, who's trackside, and speaking with Lilian Odira. who's taken the women's 800 meters at the Kenyan trials right here. And so we are now going to be headed into the men's 800 meters, and you can see that field as they make their way.
Brian Kiptum Kwewei, Aaron Cheminingwa, Alex Nyeno, General Berhamu Ayansa, Wycliffe Kinyamal, Noah Kibet, Kelvin Kimutai, Ferguson Rotich, and Nicholas Kebene, Festus Lagat, Cornelius Tuwei, Laban Kipkorir, Chepkwony, and Collins Kipruto. Of course, many will be focusing on Ferguson Rotich, who has been an ever-present figure in this race. There is Ferguson Rotich. But watch out for the likes of Kinyamal, Kebene, and Cheminingwa.
Looking at this field with those who have already met the entry standard of 1:44.5, first include Emmanuel Wanyonyi. So man is inside there. We also have got Wycliffe Kinyamal, we have Kelvin Loti, we have Nicholas Kebene, we have Festus Lagat, who's also made the time. So let's see how this one's going to be executed. You can see that Ferguson Rotich is here. When he first broke into the Kenyan team, just over 10 years ago, he had never run under lights.
Wow.
So he had to be given an opportunity to run under lights by virtue of winning the trials. It was a shock result, made it to the team. Still remember what he said, Sijai kimbia kwa mata. So a big opportunity for him. That's what the Kenyan trials can do.
Cheminingwa, Kinyamal, very unlucky over the recent past, but he's one outstanding 800-meter runner. Noah Kibet has very, very blistering pace when it comes to the last 200. There is Kevin Kimtai Loti, 1:43.61. And then the man himself, the most experienced runner, this man has always been there. Ferguson Rotich, Nicholas Kebene, Cornelius Tuwei, Laban Kipruto, and Collins Kipruto, and Laban Kipkorir Chepkwony.
Collins Kipruto, modern day Mr. Indoors, and so it's going to be the start of the men's 800 meters.
A very experienced field here in the 800 meters as they take off in this two-lap race. A rich field that has both upcoming and young and experienced athletes. Noah Kibet, born in 2004. Ferguson Rotich, born in 1998. This is going to be very, very interesting. Let's see who has what it takes to make it to Team Kenya. The standard entry time, of course, 1 minute, 44 seconds. So we wait to see who will break the barrier, who will join the likes of David Rudisha, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, those who have already made it at the top. Emmanuel Wanyonyi, the world champion over this distance, is not here, but then who joins him in that plane to Tokyo? It is the 800 meters as they shape up. That is Mr. Kebene currently in the lead as they take the bell. It's push and shove. Kinyaman pushed back a little bit. It is going to be very, very tight. This is the 800 meters. One of the races that Kenya always succeeds. David Rudisha, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, Paul Eren, Billy Conchela, all of them have succeeded in this one. They brought gold to Kenya, and now it is time to know who joins Emmanuel Wanyonyi, the current world champion, in this 800 meters. Loti trying so hard from the outside. It is going to be a neck-to-neck race. It is going to be very fast. We'll be looking at the time. Lottie trying so hard, but then Kebenei's long strides will always prove to be very, very pivotal. And then from the outside, this is very, very interesting. Of course, we'll be looking at the time. Lottie, he ran 1:43, his personal best. He will be a man in the conversation. What will be the time? 1:44. It is Kebenei winning that. It is 1:43, so the celebration is on. He's into that plane to Tokyo. Daniel.
When you take a look at what he has done and his race execution, it is so huge. You can see Julius Yego quite excited. His trackside did away with his, did his javelin thing quite some time. And what a moment it is for Nicholas Kiplagat Kebenei. When you see him celebrating like this, he's now trying to get, his name tag off, walking on the Bermuda grass at the Ulinzi Sports Complex.
Wow.
You have got to do that because
finally he's made it to Team Kenya.
Then we had
Mr. Lottie
and Alex Ngeno Kipentich. Those are the three who've gone past the line. And if you just ask me, that looks like the team that's headed to Tokyo. And Nicholas Kebenei, he has given it his all. To pick that up. Ferguson Rotich out in 6th. Missing out on another major event. And Nicholas Kebenei now heading towards the start where he has got to do media duties. He has let it soak. He has let it get to him. He's decided that he's going to ground his body for a few minutes so that he believes that he's won the trials. Look at that face, the grit and the determination. Look at all the faces with Collins Kipruto right at the end. But you can see everyone here was fighting to get one of those 2 automatic slots. Nicholas Kebenei is the one who's done it. You look behind and look at his celebration. You can't take that away from him.
He's really fought for this, and of course, he will be very happy with the performance here. And you look at how competitive this field was. He deserves this. Julius Yego, are they best of friends? I've just seen him still exchanging niceties there, and I know he'll be very jubilated, and just looking forward to hear what he has to say about this performance. The strides, the acceleration, the agility, and of course how well he shrugged off the rest of the field to win this 800 meters. It's something that we can talk about. This has been one of the best races for today.
1:43.54 the winning time by Nicholas Kebenei. Kimentai Lottie with a 1:43.9. Alex Ngeno Kipentich 1:44.46, and Laban Korir Chepkoni 1:44.54. Ferguson Rotich with a 1:46.4. Festus Lagat 46.38. Looks the only time that is missing, and should be somewhere else, belongs to Wycliffe Kinyamal.
Wycliffe Kinyamal did not finish because he might have pulled something, and as I said earlier, quite unlucky for Kinyamal, who's always tried so hard to get into the top of things, but then Kebenei really did what was supposed to be done to qualify for that. Him and Lottie already into that team.
Well, actually Wycliffe Kinyamal did not finish, must have dropped off with about 100 meters to go, because the focus was on this front gang who have pushed the best. And you can imagine that 30 years is when for somebody like for Nicholas Kebenei is breaking into the national team. It's been a long wait.
It's been a long wait, and of course he's a man who's always shown that resilience, a man who's always been there and participated in each and almost every track and field event, and apparently ultimately joining the team that will be heading to Tokyo. But I know he is very, very excited, and he will have very nice words to say. And Charity is lining up an interview with Kebenei. Over to you, Charity.
Katika mahojiano ya moja kwa moja kutoka hapa Ulinzi, na leo nafarijika kuwa na mshindi ambaye ameibukia katika mbio za wanaume mita 800. Karibu sana Kebenei. Congratulations. How was the race?
The race was perfect, and the weather was all fine. Yeah.
What challenges did you have?
Of course, 800 has been a hectic event since, and with preparation have been tough, and I'm just thankful because of the strength of the day and good execution, and the end of the race was perfect. Yeah.
Were you ready for today?
Of course, it has been years. I started trials for World Champs 2017. Haven't been into World Champs team, and I say let it be today. Yeah, sure.
And the time
I saw the time was 1:43, of which it is perfect. Seeing and Kaisening for the big times, maybe 1:41 when it comes to World Champs. Yeah.
Anything to add? Maybe when you go to Tokyo, what are you going to concentrate on?
Going to Tokyo, I think we have to make our country proud. We'll have to scoop medals there and come home proud. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
To your fans.
With a big support of my fans, I say thank you. With my parents around, my uncle Mag Mutai have been so motivational to me, and I think he was good in 400, and I think the talent is going all along. Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Let me take over. Let me take over.
Two more events to go, the 400 meters women and the 400 meters men final.
Yes, and the 400 meters women's events, we're going to have two of them. We're going to have two hits, and all the athletes who are entered are there. Given that the 400 meters entry standard is 50.75 seconds, Mercy Akech is one of those who may have hit that. Mary Moraa trying to get that one after getting a 400. Get okay.
So Sarah Bosibori, that is semi-final number 1. That's heat number 1. Sylvia Chesebe, Helen Sombua, Rahab Wanjiru, Anne Batha, Lucia Morris. In heat number 2, Vanis Kerubo, Gladys Mumbe, Lanolin Aoko, Mercy Okech, Mary Moraa, Mercy Chebet, Leni Shida, and Esther Mbagari.
And so this is where you see the fastest of the women who are out there, and with all the activity happening, you can see that there's the arrival of some of the people occupying that VIP area.
That's Lilian Odira.
Yes.
Still elated after her win, and the bouquet of flowers from Mary Moraa, who will be competing the 400 meters. I hope she returns the favor.
And looking at the recent results, Mary Moraa was celebrating a time that from in Belgium as we see the arrival of the cabinet, the principal secretary, yes, State Department for Sport, Elijah Mwangi.
He's had quite a week. He's traversed the country, but made sure that he's here. He's the chief guest in this event.
And you see, for the PS and this principal secretary and the cabinet secretary and the principal secretary, quite a busy time for them.
So
Hoisden Zolder, when we take at the results from this. And this is where we had Mora competing in the 400 meters flat. And making a presence felt. You know, when Mary Mora celebrates, you know.
She's felt it.
She's felt it.
Mr. Barnaba Korir.
You can see there is quite a lot of activity going on at the moment.
It's almost time to name Team Kenya, so the dignitaries have to be seated in the right positions. It's also a chance for bloggers to get the best clips, because this event happens only once in 2 years.
See that everyone's now getting ready for the women's 400 meters. .49 was the winning time for Mary Mora in Hoisden Zolder, and that means that she's qualified to do a double in the 400 meters and the 800 meters.
And 800 meters. Of course, her personal best 50.14, and I'm looking at this list, the entries. I'm looking at heat number 1 and heat number 2. The only person who comes close to Mary Mora is Mercy. Actually, it is Mercy Okech, who's actually qualified for the Tokyo Games. Mary Mora, 51.51, is still looking for the time. Mercy Chebet, 52.78, is the third fastest in these two heats.
You must catch as the Lord Stadium coming through, and you can tell just where the activity, the VIPs who are coming in, and so some order is required.
You see in there. More dignitaries still getting in, representatives from the sponsors, and of course the crowd still electrifying the stadium here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, with three more events to go. Two disciplines, the 400 meters men and women, the 400 meters women, two races coming up, with the 400 meters men completing what I can say has been a very amazing day of athletics. Traditionally, we could have ended this race with the 3,000 meters steeplechase. What happened?
Well, considering that we even had a field of 5 for the men, then that is not the electricity that is provided. And at the moment, remember, it's something that we've got to give Ezekiel Kemboy his flowers for. This man was an entertainer in more than one way.
And the consistency.
we've seen him win all of that, and at his peak, anytime he showed up somewhere, you knew that there was going to be a reason for people to cheer, and also a reason for people to get into some levels of celebration. We haven't seen that kind of a thing. Now we have got Mary Moraa in the 800, which just changes a lot. It's something that you can't take away from her, but it is that kind of entertainment, the extra color that the athletes give, that really brings out everything that is entertainment at the Kenyan trials. You can imagine at that point he was competing with the likes of Paul Kipsang in that.
Brevin Kipruto.
And Brevin Kipruto. There was a whole group of...
And the Diamond League specialist.
Yeah, Kipsang
Paul Kipsang.
So
then it was called the Grand Prix.
And they've seen it change. They've won the Olympic gold medals. They've won the world championships for us. There is nothing we can take of. Oh, we can't forget Richard Martelong. Also.
Richard Martelong.
That generation of steeple chasers, put it up there. We saw Conseslus Kipruto coming in, but after Doha really hasn't hit form again.
Winning in 2017 and then did not replicate that in 2019, and having won the Olympic gold in Rio de Janeiro. Conseslus, many had hopes in him, but then for Ezekiel Kemboi, 4 times world champion, 2009, 2011, 2013, 2015, that is quite some streak.
And you can imagine 2008 was an off year for him as far as the Olympics are concerned.
In Athens, in Beijing.
In Beijing.
Yes.
But here he came up and kept lighting everything up. Always known as Fontorbo of Kenyan athletics. So waiting for that 400 meters start, and the men's 400 meters. This is where we're going to have athletes who want to join the flight to Tokyo, Japan. Brian Tinega, George Mutinda, Kelvin Tunui, Alan Kipiego, Zablon Ekwam, Kevin Kipkorir, Wiseman Were, and Dennis Masika. Kenya looking for that 400-meter medal again after years. Always seems to elude all them at different points in time.
.400 meters men final will be fireworks. You look at the times posted by the likes of Wiseman, the likes of Mweresa. Very interesting times. But as we await for the start, Charity is on the track side together with Isaac Lemoka. I'm sure a couple of interviews have been lined up, so we'll be handing over to them for the interviews just before the 400 meters men and women final.
So the crowd waiting for the 400-meter athletes to leave the call room. It was looking good, as you know, there's a way that the athletes work with their mind as...
Thank you so much, Mulemi and Wahome. I'm joined here by Penina, Director, Standards and Compliance at the Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya. Madam Penina, we have the requirements that the athletes are supposed to meet before traveling for the World Championships. Have you been able to reach out to all the athletes that you are targeting for this competition?
Thank you, Charity. Yes, I can say yes. We've been able to reach out to the athletes. In collaboration with Athletics Kenya, we got a long list of athletes that we've been testing. We also have a lot of athletes in the RTP that we have been testing so far. So yes, we've been able to do the first series of tests and almost completed with the second series of tests. And the good thing is that between now and the time we come to the end of the compliance time, we'll have sufficient time to go for the third test. Yes.
With the recent case where we had the world record holder Ruth Chepngetich taking a voluntary suspension, being suspended by WADA, it caused some questions about Team Kenya. Are we sending a clean team?
Yes, thank you. That is just one athlete. Remember that Kenya, we have a big pool of athletes, and as far as we are concerned and from where we speak from today, the team is clean. Yes. Yes.
What are some of the advices you'd like to tell for the athletes who have already been in the team?
Our message to the team is that they continue competing clean, train hard, and they make sure that they also honor their obligations for whereabouts reporting, because most of the tests that we do are out of competition, and we find them from wherever information that they have provided us, and it is important that they are found when we want to look for them. Otherwise, we don't want to have cases of missed tests or non-compliant whereabouts, because those are avoidable. Yes, if the athletes remain vigilant. Yes.
Thank you so much. It's always been a wonderful time hosting you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that was Madam Penina Wahome from ADAK. She's talking about the requirements for Team Kenya, and she's saying so far they have been able to reach the target athletes they wanted, and she's hoping that the team who will be representing Kenya will be okay. Over to you, Mulemi and Wahome.
Charity, speaking to the acting CEO of the Anti-Doping Association of Kenya, ADAK, Penina Wahome, and a little bit of entertainment before the start of as women. 2 hits in that one. Watch out for hit number 2, where the likes of Mercy Chebet, Mary Mora, Mercy Odongo Okech will be competing. In the 400 meters men final, we'll have Kelvin Kiprotich Tonui, George Mutinda, Brian Onyari Tinega, Alan Kipiego, Zablan Pam, Kelvin Kipkorir, Weisman Were, and Dennis Mulongo. So we're gearing up for the first hit of the semi-final in the women category. Sarah Bosibori, Sylvia Chemutai, Helen Siombua, Rahab Wanjiru, Ann Batha, and Lucia Morris. So in the men, George Mutinda, Brian Tinega, Alan Kipiego, Zablan Ekwam, Kelvin Kipkorir, Westman Weri Mukobe, Dennis Masika Mulongo. Crowd enjoying the band here at the Ninja Sports Complex as we head towards the big tail end of events here. the entertainers from Police as they usher in the athletes to compete in the 400 meters semi-final number 1. Dignitaries at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, ready to see who will earn a ticket to the Tokyo Games. That is Sarah Bosibori. She'll be running in lane number 3. Helen Siombua walking down the track. Lane number 6 will be Rahab Wanjiru Ndirangu. That is Rahab Wanjiru adjusting the blocks. So we are ready for the 400 meters semi-finals, heat number 1.
Looking at this event, it will be considered the B final of the women's 400. With looking at the list of the women who are here and their times, the separation between this A final and the B final is the quality of the time.
Definitely. In this one, the fastest time is 53.63 seconds by Sylvia Chesebe. She'll be running in lane number 4, the one on your screens right now. That is Chesebe, the fastest coming into this final. In the other final, 50.14 by Mercy Adongo Okech. But Chesebe has to make sure that she at least lowers her time to 50 to qualify for the Tokyo Games. There she is. And that is Bosibori also. Another athlete who has a personal best of 54.98.
If you listen to others, you can tell that then I'll reintroduce Sarah Bosibori in lane 3, lane 4 is Sylvia Chesebe. By the way, for a long time she was doubling in the 800 meters. I want her to come down. Helen Siombua Kale is in lane 5. Rahab Wanjiru Ndirangu is in lane 6, and Mother in lane 7. So, Lucia Williams-Morris of South Sudan was expected to be in lane 8, but that's not the case. And so we're going to have the B final of the women's 400 meters. You can call it final 1. And it's going to be followed by the A final, and after that, it's going to be, there is a false start. After that, we're going to have the A final.
It's not oftenly heard of. So we are waiting to see who's the culprit here. Walking down the track is Ann Mbatha.
So
it is Rahab Wanjiru.
Rahab Wanjiru took off way before everyone else.
Like I said, you don't want to see her walk towards you. That means you're off. So Rahab Wanjiru has been disqualified from this race, so it's down to Sarah Bosibori, Sylvia Chemutai Chisebe, Helen Siombua.
That is one of the most dreaded clip folders in athletics. Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sport, Honorable Salim Mvurya, is in attendance. Well,
so it's down to 3.
That gun went not intentionally.
It's like when you say testing mic 1, 2.
No, we know what Kenyans do. They tap it and blow into it. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. It's a final. It's 400.
And off they go. 3. Sarah Bosibori, Sylvia Chemutai Chesebe, and Helen Siombua Kali. Quite experienced here. Chesebe, of course, the most experienced with the fastest time, 53.63, as she sprints over. But that is Sarah Bosibori assuming the lead on the home straight. As they take that bend, it is a battle between Siombua and Chesebe. It is a very experienced field here. And now it is Siombua who will try catch up with Chesebe. But then Bosibori responds. Siombua struggling a little bit, but it is Chesebe who's just shown that she has what it takes here. It might not be the fastest time, but Chesebe will claim victory in this one. There she goes, 54.65. Helen Siombua trying to sneak in from the outside, but could not actually match this one. But it is Chesebe once again reigning supreme in that fast final.
The race execution was huge when it comes to this, because Helen Siombua used her experience, that she speaks over the years, to come and break down Sylvia, to almost beat Sylvia Chisebe. Sylvia Chisebe went all guns blazing, from the start of the race. You could tell that towards the final end, she was struggling to keep up with the pace that she had given herself, trying as hard, as much as she could.
But at 38, that's commendable, because Chesebe, born in 1987, that means she's been here for quite a while. And hello, Masters.
That was close. That was mighty close. And
and there you go.
It's the second final comes to women's race, and
I'm really excited about what Mary Moraa and Mercy Okech are gonna do in this one. It's been a fierce battle between the two, and I remember the national trials, Mercy Okech just about edged out Mary Moraa. At the Cape Eno Classic, also Mercy Okech ran splendidly to post the time that made her go to Tokyo.
We're talking about 50.14, which is now a national record when you speak about it. That was on the 31st of May 2025. 1,200 scoring points is what did that. And when you look at the 2025 top list, she is 18th overall in the year 2025. So, just the replays of Siombua Chisebe and Bosibori coming through.
Talking about Mercy Odongo Okech, 50.14, that is the national record set here on 31st of May, and she was at the World Relays, and her split was 49.77.
Because that was in the hits. Because in the final it was a totally different story.
And she broke Mary Mora's record, which stood at 50.38. And there is Mora. Is she going to actually earn her revenge?
Well, we will find out today, because 50.49 is what Mora posted at Horst and Zolder. So coming into this, and it's very important for us to realize how they're going to do this.
Helen Simbua, Gladys Mumbe, of course, another experienced.
And so that is Lanolina Oko.
Had a very good one in the 4x400 meters earlier on today.
Mercy Okech is not on the track.
Wow.
Interesting enough. Mary Mora is on the track.
Mercy Okech already qualified, so I think maybe.
I think qualifying, having hit the time, we never would know. Mercy Chebet. This is one prospect, one who could do that. And from Uganda, we've got Lenny Shida.
Mercy Chebet with a personal best of 51.52. And her pace breakdown has been 12.1, 12.6, 13.2, and 13.6. That is Stambagari still struggling to adapt into the 400 meters. She has the endurance, but then she has a very blistering 100-meter pace. But when it comes to this one, it becomes really tough for Wahome.
The start of the second final of the women's 400 meters. This is going to be followed by the men's final of the 400. Magari in 8, Shida in 7. Chebet, Mora, Aoko, Mumbe, Yagisera. Off they go, and this one is clean. And we are going to take a look at it. Look, Mora staying upright, and out on the left is Magari. Lenny Shida of Uganda in her national team kit is inside there. Mercy Chebet, look at her running down. We saw her running in the 4x400 meter relay. Mary Mora trying to close the gap that is just out there, but Shida is at the front as they go around this bend. Look at Chebet closing the gap. Bagari is now trailing. Mary Mora moving to the front. Can't she beat this one? She's upright, and look at her with that standout gait. Millicent Mumbe is out on the right, but coming into the home straight, it's Mary Mora who surged forward. 50.14 we've seen here happen. But look at Lenny Shida and Mercy Chebet. Mary Mora breaking away from the rest of the field, entertaining crowd.
50.93.
That is a good enough time for somebody who's had a second race today. 50.93 for Mary Mora. And this time round, she's not even dancing, just celebrating. She knows that she met the entry standard when she clocked 50.49 in Belgium. But now, this.
It's all about looking for the rhythm. Shida Lenny, of course, the Ugandan champion in the 400 meters, has just ensured that the tradition continues.
And you also have got to be cognizant to the fact that Mary Mora could be a critical part of the mixed relay team, and where necessary, she could be a critical part of Team Kenya if they want to improve on their 3:25 time. That would put them higher up on the global rankings as they look for a place to be part of the Kenyan teams at the World Relays. So Mary Mora stays down there. We're going to be moving straight to the men's 400 meters. The athletes making their way, but look at Mary Mora. She got into that straight.
That Esther Mbagari, she seems to be struggling in the 400 meters.
Going backwards is what they would say. But look at Lenny Shida. For Mercy Chebet, who was considered to be one of the best prospects, you know, improving her times bit by bit. There she is. From live. Mary Mora. 50.93 in Nairobi. That is fast. And the question then is, will she be doing the double? So look at the men now.
Now time for the 400 meters men final, walking down the track. Look at those faces. Oh man, the tension. Of course, everyone anticipating for victory. Wiseman Were aiming to do a double. The crowd eagerly waiting. Honorable Danson Wanyama eagerly waiting. I think maybe this is his favorite. Maybe Wiseman Were comes from his constituency.
Besides that, when he is running for the parliamentary team, he runs in the 400 meters. You'll see him doing the 4x400 meter relay team for Kenya's parliamentarians. He's part of that team, together with other members of that. Zablon Ekwam, a lot of eyes will be on him. He
is the only one who's not attained the qualification time for the Tokyo Games. George Mutinda, 44.51, Brian Tinega, 44.67, and Kelvin Kipkorir, 44.80. 44.85 is the time we are looking for.
44.80 flat is what they want. The standards have kept going up. I think 2 championships ago, it was 45 flat. That tells you there's so much growth. And with 43.75 having been run here by Zakiti Nene,
and
that is a world lead.
1 month ago.
To Kip Keino Classic.
Yeah. On 31st of May, 1.5 months ago. But I'm really looking forward to see if Zablon Ekwam can improve on the 45.01.
Because he had a 44.67, the only reason was the track wasn't certified. And that is where just everything went sideways.
Alan Kipyego, also another good name coming out. Alan Kipyego, of course, the lanky figure. Wiseman Were, he wants to do the 400 meters hurdles and this one.
That's been something quite rare. But let's see how they're going to do it, because Kelvin Kiprotich Tonui, that's the man on your screen, he is being introduced now. He's got 4.8. Then we've got David Sayanek.
Zablon Ekwam
is there.
Alan Kipyego.
Alan Kipyego is there.
Kelvin Kipkorir. And Brian Tinega, the second fastest man in the country this year. And that is...
And Masika. Very interesting to note this is that George Mutinda is out. David Sayanek has come in. Remember how he finished?
Touched.
The
finishing line.
The finish line.
Yeah.
So that means he got the 2 capital letters D and Q in this place. It's going to be Sayanek, which means that only Kiprotich Tonui and Brian Tinega have qualified legitimately within this heat. All waiting for the all clear. It's been given. They are rough and cleanly this time. Just look at them as they take round that bend. Dennis Masika Mulongo is upright, and then we've got Kevin Kipkorir, the lanky fellow, trying to close that. Were Mukobe is the man who's got the white band, and he is to the left of your screen as they go around that bend. At 200 meters, you could think that they had planned to do this, trying to get into some marching form. But Alan Kipyego now is changing. Look at Zablon Ekwam as he gets into that straight. Look at these 2 athletes. It's now Zablon Ekwam who's in the front. And look at Kipkorir. And Brian Tinega is out on the outside. This is a battle by the finest. Tinega takes it. Oh, that's a close one.
45.1 for Alan Kipyego. Might just have won that one.
Alan Kipyego has only won probably another couple of races where he could get into the 44.8s, 44.7s. But look at this finish. You could tell that Tinega had it going, and it was that late.
That's the moment Zablon Ekwam realized that he is not into this. Wow, wow.
This one goes with Tinega,
This goes with Tinega.
but it was close. Zablon Ekwame is third.
Zablon Ekwame, you feel for this young man. He's really tried so hard, but he still has a chance.
45-14. At any standard, you've got to accept that this has been one of the it's a new generation of athletes. 45-14 is now starting to look normal in Nairobi.
It's like a 10 flat in 100 meters.
Previously, we would talk about 46-47 as normal, but this is a new generation of athletes. But just look at them.
Did he just stumble there? Zablon Ekwame. He did stumble, and I think it allowed Kipyego and Tinega to whiz through and win that one. Now, what's happening here? Everyone anxious.
Just everyone is anxious. There seems to be, looking at what they've done, Kipyego is third. If you just put at it, yeah, Zablon. Zablon Ekwame has been declared the winner. That's something I find a little bit odd.
I don't. This is not happening. I don't believe. Maybe if we watch the replay.
Let's watch. If we could get that replay again, it would really help. Because what the eye sees
is different from what the results
is not even different from what Timetronic sees.
Wow.
This is what makes this sport great. It is for everyone. You can see this young child that decided, I'm also going to have one lap
on
around this track for whatever reason. And so, right now, getting ready to go inside for an interview with Charity. Down to you, Charity. You can take it over.
Thank you so much, Mulemi and Wahome. It has been a wonderful 400 meters race. However, we'll be not doing an interview with the 400 meters athletes. We'll be talking to Emmanuel Wanyonyi, the world silver medalist and also the Olympics champion. Emmanuel, season yako imekuwa vipi?
So far season iko poa. Mahali nimefikia naona training iko poa, so naenda ku prepare training tena for the world championship.
Yeah. Strategy ni gani maybe unataka kufocus on sahi? Already everyone, you're the man to beat sahi.
First of all, I need to go to reach to the finals for world championship. Nikishafika finali nachikaza kufika podium, but for me ya kwanza ni kwenda kufika finali because I don't know, it's very competitive na kuna watu wanakimbia hata kunishinda mimi, so napanga kwenda kuprepare vizuri, nikienda Tokyo nifika finali na kimbia vizuri.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Emmanuel Wanyonyi. He's saying that his main target is to make it for the finals at the World Championships, and from there he'll be happy and contented with the medal that he's been going to receive. Over to you, Mulemi.
For the official results of the 400 meters, quite some confusion there. We'll be waiting to see who won. I think it was Brian Tinega and Alan Kipyego coming in second. But it is a race that has been very competitive. The 400 meters men final. There's the young girl there just showing us what to expect in the future, running on track. on this beautiful afternoon here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. On this day, we've witnessed a great day of athletics, and I believe the team that's going to be selected here will be a team that will represent the country well at the World Athletics Championship.
Well, as we see these young girls, I mean, this is the one moment, you know, there was a group of people who tried to stop her and took the intervention of Julius Yego to let the girl continue with her run, because all she wants to do is have fun.
And she's having fun.
And everyone is cheering her. She doesn't get tired. 10 years from now,
this will be a star.
We're talking about somebody who will be competing at the under 18, and all the cheers in the stadium are for her. She's decided that she's going to do the 800 meters, and that's what she is doing. As it gets down, she has to get to the finish line, and everyone is celebrating. She hasn't lost her pace. That's the one interesting thing. Her cadence has been great. Hey. Okay, now this is embarrassing. That is one moment everyone's disappointed, I have to say, and you can see that the girl is also disappointed. So that, at that moment, is done. So what's going to be happening next is the naming of the team. That is what's going to be happening next. And
of course, a battery of journalists ready to hear who's going to Tokyo. And as usual, that will be done in the full presence of the cameras and the lights here at Ulinzi Sports Complex. So to me, I can always say it's been a great day of athletics, Daniel, and I've really enjoyed every bit of it. Every race, Zablon Ekwam was declared the winner.
But this video speaks more. It doesn't matter which angle you take. But even the photo finish reviews have indicated that
Brian Tinega
is the winner.
So Alan Kipyego, that was a photo finish.
That was, yes.
It was a photo finish, and as we are told officially, it is Alan Kipyego who won this, closely followed by Brian Tinega and Zablon Ekwam claiming third.
So the question then is, where were the chips messed up when it comes to the kitting and everything? Because that's where it is, unless the lane allocations indicated otherwise. But as you can see, it's time for the ceremonies, a presentation of the team to Tokyo, and that we expect to also get the full confirmation of those who are going to be in the marathon team, because we know if you're not going to the Sydney Marathon, it means that you'll be running in Tokyo, probably, because that's where we are. As we do this, as we wind this up, it's been a pleasure being with you since 9 a.m. where we've seen Team Kenya selected and athletes make their way. Greg, final word?
We see you in Tokyo. It's been a great day of athletics.
Well, my name is Daniel Wahome. On behalf of the team and Gregory Mulemi, we want to say it's been a pleasure to you.
Alan.
Thank you. Haya, asante sana. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, our chief guests are here right on the track to witness the official naming of the Kenya team. Tanui. Over to Kennedy Tanui for the next step of presentation. Tanui.
Thank you very much. Our programmer, waziri wetu, Mheshimiwa Salim Mvurya, Principal Secretary wetu, Bwana Elijah Mwangi, President Athletics Kenya, Lieutenant General Retired Jack Tuwei, our immediate former President, National Olympics Committee, Bwana Paul Tergat, Chairman Sports in the Parliament. All protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the unveiling of Team Kenya that will participate in Tokyo World Championships later on in September, after today's selection process. I'm going to read the names of those who will represent us in Tokyo. Coach, I hope you are ready. All athletes who know that they were selected to come around as I name, come here quickly so that we can continue with this program. 100 meters men, Ferdinand Omanyala, Makofi. Ferdinand Omanyala has qualified for World Championships alone in 100 meters. Thank you. 400 meters women, Mercy Adongo Okech. .400 meters men, George Mutinda, Brian Onyari Tinega, and Kevin Kipkoriri.
So once again, when you're called, make your way to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, the athletes, make your way to the podium. Wherever you are, make your way very quickly to the podium.
We can still excuse 400 meters for some 2 or 3 minutes because they just finished their event. They may be changing and they are coming back. 400 only. But the rest of us, let's be here. Let's all be here. Oh, thank you. Coach will help me with those who have arrived, usher them in as I continue. 400 meters hurdles men, Wiseman Were Mohope. .800 meters women, Mary Mora, Lilian Odira, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, and Sarah Moran. Hapa Mheshimiwa, tuko na kitu kinaitwa wild card in 800 meters. Mary Mora has a wild card to be there, whether she qualified by the standard or not, because of the previous championship That was in 2023. So this time round, as a champion, she is invited. Lilian Odira, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, and Sarah Mora. Yes, I can see them coming. 800 meters men. Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Big man. Nicholas Kiplagat Kebenei. And Kevin Kimtai Loti. (1,500 meters women). Faith Kipyegon. Nelly Chepchirchir. Susan Lokayo Ejore. And Dorcas Ewoi. Mheshimiwa Waziri, pia 1,500 meters women, we have an wild card following the performance of Faith Kipyegon in the previous World Championship, and therefore we have 4 entrants as Kenya. 1,500 meters men. Fanuel Kipkosgei Koech. Reynold Cheruyot and Timothy Cheruyot. Fanuel Koech is the latest sensation in 1,500, currently leading in the world and also having the world under 20 world record. 3,000 meters steeplechase. Women. Faith Cherotich. Doris Lemole Chirop. And Pamela Bosquet. (3,000 meters steeplechase men). Edmund Serem. Edmund Serem. Simon Kiprop Koech. And Abraham Kibiwot. Edmund Serem, as at now, Mheshimiwa, is leading in Diamond League. And probably, if he maintains it, he's giving us another 4th entrant into this, but that will come after the Diamond League. We are very excited. Nyamazeni kwanza. Yes. 5,000 meters women. Faith Kipyegon. Beatrice Chebet. Magdalene Masai Yeko, not Yego, Yeko, and Vivian Chepkemei Cheruyot as a reserve.
Sasa utakuwa hapo.
That's okay. Marathon men. Vincent Kipkemoi Ngetich. Eric Kipsang, Eric Kiplanga Sang. And Kennedy Kimutai. Hilary Kipkoech will be the reserve athlete. Hilary Kipkoech. Javelin men, who you are guessing? Julius Yego. Yes, and the public has it. It is Julius Yego. Julius Yego. Sir, he is the oldest athlete in this team. Having participated in 3 Olympics, several World Championships, and many, many others. Welcome, Diego. 4 by 100 meters men. We will be having Ferdinand Omanyala, Steve Onyango Odhiambo, Meshach Kitsuguli Babu, Mark Otieno Odhiambo, Dennis Mwai, Clinton Aluvi Owatinya, and Isaac Kundu Omurwa. The 2 are youngsters, Mheshimiwa. Clinton is the latest African champion under 20. And Isaac Kundu Omurwa is currently participating in World University Games. The youngsters, and we are giving them an opportunity to prove themselves. But this team will be reduced to 6 members after another selection process that will happen. 4 by 400 meters men and 4 by 400 meters mixed relay. 1. Alan Kipiego. Brian Onyari Tinega. Zablon Ehal Ekwam. Dennis Masika Mlongo. David Sanayek Kabirante. And Kelvin Kiprotich Tolui. By 400 meters mixed relay women. Mercy Chebet, Lanolin Aoko, and Esther Bagari. That is the team that will represent Kenya, but still we are still waiting for the qualifying window to close. That is on 24th of August, still to determine some other few technicalities that are there. And we are waiting for the following to qualify by the close of that window. If they don't qualify, then we don't have any other option. But if they qualify, they are still part of this team, but they are waiting. That is in 5,000 meters men, Cornelius Kemboy and Matthew Kipchumba Kipsang. In javelin women, Irene Chepkemboy is waiting for 24th. And Winnie Chemgetich B in triple jump women. Those one we are not going to name today, but they are waiting for the close of the window. They are there by virtue of their rankings and their performances. And also, we are also waiting for other possible wildcards, as I have said. We are waiting for, and we will mention this to encourage them, Alex Ngeno Kimngetich, who has performed here, but if we have a wildcard in 800, Alex will join the team. But as of now, we are waiting for September to close the Diamond League season. You understand the mathematics, is it? Yes. And then Brian Komen also is in the waiting list in 1500 meters, waiting list, pending if Fanuel can do us a favor with that Diamond League. And also Celestine Chepkoskei Biwot in 3000 steeplechase, Faith akifanya maneno. And Geoffrey Kipkemoi Kirwa in 3000 meters steeplechase, Edmond akitufanyia maneno. Those are waiting, and the list can still expand by 24th of August or reduce pending qualifications. That is it. I want to call upon the Senior Vice President, Athletics Kenya, to come and name the officials who will accompany this team to Tokyo World Championships. Senior Vice President Paul Mutui.
Thank you very much, Tanui. The CS, the President of Athletics Kenya, and the PS, other district guests around, ladies and gentlemen, I have just a very short business to do here. And outright, I go for it. That is to name the officials to accompany this name. I mean this team, PhD, right here. So that we have them with our code to come right over here to accompany the team. We have Mr. Maswai Nicholas being the head of the delegation. And Paul Mutui being the team leader. Then Mr. Ngovi Philip being the team manager. Kennedy Tanui, assistant team manager. David Miano, delegate. Felix Gala, delegate. Paul Tor, delegate. Julius Kirwa, the head coach. And then the following are the coaches for the athletes. In sprints, we have William Mugo, Stephen Mwaniki, Petro Buzu, Geoffrey Kimani, Josephat Maio, Shali Kalunda, and Stanley Towet. Then and marketing team will be represented by Abraham Mutai, Jafet Kuria, and Kennedy Bai. These are the officials to accompany the team. And because of time,
thank you very much, Senior Vice. Just a correction, in 400 meters, a typing error. We are sorry for that. Part of this team is Boniface Mweresa, the captain of the previous team. It was a typing error. We got to get captured, but Boniface Mweresa, where are you? We are the same mwingine wa team after Yego. Mweresa.
So at this juncture,
Vivian wants me to recognize her, and I will do so from here faithfully. Vivian Cheruiyot, one of the longest serving athletes still surviving this team since her youthful days to date. Pigia makofi.
so that now up to this moment, I would like to humbly ask the President Athletics Kenya to come forward and lead us to the next action. Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Bwana Waziri, the PS, Chairman, all the dignitaries who are here, ladies and gentlemen, and the athletes who have been selected as your officials, good afternoon. Bwana Waziri, we have come to the end of our team selection that will represent Kenya during the World Championships in Tokyo, which is starting on the 13th of September and ends on the 21st of September. So this is the team that has been selected. They have done extremely well. We are quite happy that after a long while, we are going to qualify the relays, particularly the three teams of relays. We are still waiting for only one to make sure that all the four are qualified. And we want to wish them well because they are trying their level best, and I believe that they are going to qualify that. Secondly, Bwana Waziri, after this, we will now embark on the preparations, the actual preparations for the team to go to Tokyo. And since the stadiums are occupied here, we will take this team to go and train in Eldoret, Kipchoge camp, so that they continue training because we don't want to waste any time. And immediately after the charge is over, then we can bring them back to Nairobi for final preparations before they go to Tokyo. And we'll also be organizing the issues of logistics, visas, passports for those who don't have, and everything else. Otherwise, the team is now here. We want to thank you, Bwana Waziri, for the assistance that you have given Athletics Kenya all this time, because we started this program actually last year. But if you remember the calendar of events that we launched last year, this was one of the events that we are going to continue preparing so that they can represent us well. These World Championships comes every 2 years. So the last one that we had was in 2023 in Budapest in Hungary. And now this is the next one in Tokyo. In 2027, 2 years from now, it is going to be in Beijing, China. And then the next one after that is 2029 and 2031. The bidding is going on now. Waziri, as I briefed you earlier on, we have applied, and we were allowed, of course, by the government to apply to host the World Championships in 2029 or 2031. Because it's a competition. There are so many countries that have applied, and World Athletics will be unveiling the winners later on. So we hope that we will do well. We have got a team that we have put together under Ibrahim Hussein, the chairman, to do the bidding process. And we are also sending another team outside this one here to go and study how the World Championship is conducted. Because it's very, very important that we meet all the conditions, we meet the qualification standards, and we meet the requirements of World Athletics. For us to host the World Championship, that is a requirement. And so, this is what we are doing at the moment. We want to wish this team all the very best. For now, we are going to start preparing the documentation and everything else before they go there. But allow me to congratulate all of you, those who have been selected, and I wish and I want to hope that we are going to bring good results to this country, to this great country of Kenya, when you go there. With this, I don't want to go into a lot of other details. We will go into preparations, we will give you the names. I'm happy that all of you have come to witness in daylight when we are selecting our team. We don't select our team in the night or somewhere in the darkness or somewhere else, somewhere there. We select when everybody is watching. We are all team number 1, 2, and 3. And so anybody who has got any issue, I hope you have seen for yourself and you have seen the transparency and the openness that we have conducted here today. So with those few remarks, I want to thank those of you who have come and witness, not only witness, but also to encourage these athletes who will be going to talk. So with those few remarks, I say thank you so much. I forgot to appreciate the work that has been done by our sponsors. At the moment, within a very short time since we launched our program, we have got 4 sponsors that have assisted us. And I want to thank them very, very, very much. First of all, we have got the Kenya Commercial Bank, we have got Betika, we have got Kenya KCC, and we have got Coca-Cola. So far, those are the sponsors that we have got, and we want to say thank you very much for coming to support these teams. We are still engaging others because without sponsors, there is not much they can do. And that is why you have seen that we have taken the opportunity to make sure that they are represented in Tokyo, so that they can see what happens here at home and what happens in Tokyo. I hope, Waziri, you will be in Tokyo. We witness also what is going on there. And we'll be very happy to see that the chairman of the parliamentary committee of sports, I believe, will also be there, so that because he takes care of the sports. Allow me to ask the sponsors 1 minute each, just to say jump. We start with Betika. Who is representing Betika? Eric, you can come and just say Jambo and tell us what you think so far. We need 1 minute.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mine is just to congratulate the team who have done well to get the opportunity to represent the country and we just want to commit as the TICA our support to all the athletes, and we do not have any doubts that we are going to do Kenya proud, because we know that Kenya is a powerhouse in athletics, and we are not expecting anything less this year. So I was just to wish you all the best as you fly our flag high. Thank you.
KCC haya kutuma mazuri leo. Haina KCC sisi. Kabla ya
In the interest of 1 minute, I'd like to congratulate the planning team for an amazing event, and to Team Kenya to Tokyo. Congratulations and all the best. And while you're there, the event that you don't like to declare, take a packet of KCC milk, complete milk. All the best.
Thank you very much. You can see they are also saying, see you in Tokyo. The next one is Madam Jane from the KCB. Halali, Sasema Jambu, and tell us what you are planning.
Thank you. Bwana CS, yes, let me write on all the protocols that have been established, all our honorable guests, and of course, our team that is going to be representing Kenya. Congratulations and good afternoon to all of us. From KCB, we are pleased to be associated with athletics and Athletics Kenya, for that matter. We are big on growing together and being besides our athletics as we do the things that we do. And mine is just to bring you the assurance that we love to continue to be identified with athletics and sports in general. And we are here to make sure that the full person is taken care of. Not just this sponsorship that happens here, but we also want to work with you as the athletes of our nation to make sure as you are building yourself professionally, we are also building you financially by the education that we give you at the backgrounds, and also by the investments that will come along to support you that you want to do. And right now, as we prepare to go to Tokyo and indeed to the many other events I know you will be going in the course of the year, I am glad to let you know that KCB now has a single card with 18 different currencies. So with that one single card, you will not have to pack your coach with so many cards. Just have one card from KCB and you have 18 currencies that you can just be changing as you go along from country to country in your professional career. So karibuni sana, make sure you spend time with you, and we will be coming to you, we will be able to tell you a lot more of what we are able to do to support you, but know that our best wishes are with you as we go on to shine and represent our great country. Asante sana.
Thank you, Jen. One of the longest, I think is the longest sponsor for athletics Kenya, particularly for apparel and competition kit and everything else is from Nike. I hope Robert is here. Just to introduce him, he's around here. And then as he's coming, I also want to thank the media for the publication that we have given to this selection today here. We have had from every media house. I'm going to talk about this. You have given us a very good coverage, and we want to say thank you very much. And if we don't have Robert here,
Otherwise, we would like to end there and allow me to kindly invite PS, the Department of Sports, to come and give a quick remark and invite the seats. PS.
Thank you, AK President. Our CS, Honorable Salim Mvurya, the AK fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Babarianu, let me take this opportunity first of all to congratulate our team here who have really demonstrated, got a chance to represent us in Tokyo, including the technical bench that has been named here for us. I want to take this opportunity once again to congratulate the new officials of NOC and Paul Tragat, the outgoing president, who have had a great opportunity to lead that team and the honor that they did yesterday to this nation. Congratulations to all. On behalf of our State Department, President of the AK Yado Sports Fraternity, I want to assure you of our support. The President, His Excellency the Deputy William Ruto, has done quite significant in improving the infrastructure in this country. I've heard President that will be using the venue in Eldoret. And to date, we are aware that we have a contractor who is on site in Kipchoge Stadium. Of course, we had a discussion with them, even though the stadium is a construction site. The space that is the tank and track. But of course, we also on course to ensure that the 64 stadium, which we understand is being handled by the county government, the university stadium, which we have instruction to make sure that it has been done, and the School of Law stadium in Eldoret will be done and completed so that next year, when you shall be having this event, you shall have adequate spaces for you to carry out your selection, apart from the other many others that are being done. And I also want to take this opportunity to assure the sports fraternity of our support to the ADAC, which is the anti-doping agency, which is domiciled in our State Department. There's a condition which we must abide, the agreement that we had with Rwanda. We shall continue supporting the ADAC so that they can perform their functions and support our sports fraternity. The institution chair, we are very grateful by the AK. Have participated, they have attended the many events that we have had in this nation. And in each and every event, new agreed or new champion is coming up. And that means tomorrow, even though we have our great athletes here today, tomorrow is guaranteed that Kenya shall remain to be the powerhouse in matters of sports internationally, as it is known today. And therefore, I tell the world, Tokyo, here we come. Expect us there to win and to win much more medals than we did in the last editions. Before I invite my CS, allow me to request the chair of the National Assembly Sports and Culture Committee, Honorable Dan Wanyama, just to make a remark.
Thank you, PS. ride on the protocol already established and appreciate the CS, who is now the chief guest here today. On the onset, I want to congratulate the athletes who have qualified for Tokyo. But again, at a rider, that for those who did not qualify, don't give up. There is always tomorrow, and there will be more championships to come. So I just want to encourage you from a point of being a sportsman that kindly know that tomorrow it will be you who will be raising the flag of this country. But PS, speaking as a sports person, I want to request you and the PS that I'm the one who approves the monies. Kindly take care of the welfare of these athletes, because that is the most important and that is the most thing that will give them a lot of encouragement to perform even much more. But again, also thank the president of this country that has actually embarked on improving the infrastructure in this country. I want to say this because I've been around for a while, that this is the president that is positive about sports. And that's why you are seeing things happen in this country as far as sports is concerned. So I want to thank each one of you. Let us encourage these young people, and I want to really add that when you win clean, because it is the right thing to do. And as it were, Team Kenya to Tokyo, I wish you well, because I'll be there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. At this moment, I want to invite our CS, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Ambassador Muvuya.
Thank you very much, PS Mwangi, the President of Athletics Kenya, General Dwayne, and your team, the Chair of the Committee of Sports in Parliament, Honorable Dan Wanyama, Barnabas Korin, who is now the Vice Chair NOCK, and flanked by the immediate President of NOCK, Paul Tergat. I know there are other legends here who have come to witness this event. Our dear sponsors, Team Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Assalamu alaikum. Today is a very important occasion that I want to thank all of you for coming in large numbers to witness the national trials. Trials that have been done very well. We are very happy with what has happened here today. And before anything, on behalf of the government of Kenya, I want to announce that today we have Team Kenya ready for Tokyo, ready for World Championships. The men and women behind me represent the 50 million of us, and they will be carrying the Kenyan flag in Tokyo. Our athletes, you are not just going to compete as individuals. You are carrying the Kenyan flag. I want to congratulate you for a well-deserved achievement, a good win, and the government is behind you. we will give you all the necessary support to ensure that you represent our country very well. So there's no doubt from today, Team Kenya is owned by the 50 million Kenyans. I also want to tell our dear Kenyans that behind me, these men and women represent all of us across regions, across all sectors. When we go to Tokyo, and I want to confirm the invitation, Mr. President, with a small p, that I will be with the team in Tokyo. So Team Kenya here represents brilliance, national pride, inspiration, and commitment. You know, we have done this before. And I think this year is a year of medal harvest. Just recently we welcomed Faith and Chebet, a team from Nigeria. We're competing in Nigeria, and we have many medals that Kenya has won in the different races. Tomorrow we have another team of the same competitors who are in Nigeria. They will be getting in here. So, in a nutshell, His Excellency the President has directed and is investing a lot in ensuring that we inspire sports in our country. And the results of this investment is what we are seeing here today, where men and women have now been selected to represent Kenya in Tokyo this September 2025. I want to ask all Kenyans of goodwill, all sponsors to join hands in supporting this team, because this team requires the support of all of us in terms of management to ensure that they succeed. And from the onset, I want to assure you, Team Kenya, that the government, through this ministry, will provide you with the requisite support to ensure that you win in Tokyo. We have also invested in anti-doping efforts, and we also want to support our athletes so that they can win with integrity, and the profile of Kenya as a sports powerhouse globally can remain to shine, and we can remain to celebrate our national pride. So this is a momentous occasion, and I would wish that all of us in any way, in our individual capacities, institutional, we come forward to support Team Kenya. When Team Kenya wins in Tokyo, it is Kenya which will win, and the flag of our country will be raised much higher. In April this year, we approved. In April this year, we approved and revised the cash reward for medal-winning athletes at the Olympic, Paralympic, and Commonwealth Games. Under the new guidelines, the gold medalists will now receive 3 million, up from 750,000. Silver medalists will now receive 2 million from 500,000, and bronze will now receive 1 million, up from 350,000. So So those are some of the, let me just see, they are also for Commonwealth Games. Gold medalists will now receive 2.5 million, up from 500,000. Silver is now moving from 300,000 to 1.5. Bronze now from 200 to 1 million. So these reviewed packages include increased financial incentives, upgraded access to modern training facilities, structured wellness and mental health support, expanded medical cover, post-career transition programs including scholarships for deserving athletes, strengthened partnerships with federations. Will also be strengthened to uphold accountability and transparency across the board and more streamlined international competition logistics. Additionally, the government will allocate 70 million shillings, which we have already done, to compensate the top performing athletes who are overlooked or not formally recognized in past competitions. This move is both a corrective and symbolic gesture, one that signals a new era of fairness, inclusivity, and national respect for men and women who have flown Kenya's flag high, regardless of the era in which they did the competition. I can see Paul is looking at me properly. So, ladies and gentlemen, and all the sponsors from the corporate world, I say thank you very much for your continued partnership to support the government to implement the bottom-up forces for maintaining this facility, which has enabled that we now have done the world-class trials on these grounds. So I want to say that as we begin our march to Tokyo, and to our team here, make us shine. We will give you the necessary support so that you can come back here and you have the national pride, and the Kenyans are behind you. For those young people who may not be athletes, the Team Kenya before you is a role model. You can manage your career, you can inspire your talents, because talent pays. And therefore, let us work together to ensure that we are able to be an inspiration to the youth of our country. We want to urge all the youth to find opportunities to transform their lives, to take advantage of the strategic interventions by government to better their careers and realize their potential through talent development. We will continue the work that we have already begun in high esteem to make sure that we upgrade all the facilities, all the sports infrastructure across the country. And because athletics is very, very important, we will now be incorporating AK. You will bring your representative so that every time we do a sports facility, it is also assessed to ensure that it meets the standards of athletics and those talents.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will now go for photo sessions. We will begin with the CS and the PS and Lieutenant General retired Towe. Photograph with the athletes. Then we go to KCB, Betika, and KCC. The team and the officials. All the officials. We will have another photograph. We will have another photograph with the sponsors, starting with KCB. Starting with KCB. Starting with KCB. KCB now. Let's arrange ourselves so that we have a photograph with our first sponsor, KCB, and then we do Betika, the other sponsor, followed by KCC. So very quickly, we need a photograph with KCB and the athletes themselves.